What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel for part 4 of what's behind us, the DVD collection reveal. I'm the real Jussie of the Distorted Theorists, and today I'm going to be breaking down the last 2 rows of what I got in the collection. So for anyone who's been coming along, you've seen everything else, we're on to the last 2 rows. So without further ado, I won't hold it back. Let's get into it and hope that when I pull on this tape, not everything comes down on top of me. You ready? All right, here we go. Satisfying. All right, starting off with the top, you would think that this is my wife's collection, and it sort of is, but we have One Tree Hill guarded by my Batman bookend. One Tree Hill, guys, mostly labeled as a chick show, but I'm telling you now, I've watched it from start to finish twice. Great show, actually. It is a teen drama or whatever you want to call it, but I'm telling you right now, it's one of the better ones. Some twists and turns in that mother effer that will bring a tear to your eye. But great show, great acting. Some of my favorite actresses are coming out of there. And yeah, next is Pretty Little Liars. Again, it is my wife's collection, but I did watch it with her because we had a deal a while back where she watched something I wanted to, maybe like, you know, Arrowverse or whatever. And she said, I'm picking the next one, and it's going to be Pretty Little Liars. She said that or Grey's Anatomy or something. I said, okay, well, give me Pretty Little Liars. Watched it. It gets a bit shaky at the end. I wasn't really there for it, especially after they move on 4 years in the future or whatever. But the original seasons, really, really good. So back when it was really good like this, you guys should check it out. If your girl asks you to watch it, don't say no. For all you ladies out there watching, try to convince your man, show him this video. Next, we got Scandal. Can't comment on it because I've never watched it. Vampire Diaries, also can't comment on it because that's the wife's. 90210, the newer version, can't comment on it because that's the wife's. Man, this part 4 is really lacking. Now, I'm just kidding. OC 1, 2, 3, and 4. It is the wife's, but we did watch it together. Really enjoyable, and the main character in that, the gentleman, and I'm going to forget his name, he actually is Detective Gordon in Gotham, so it was very relatable for me to have watched the OC because I knew who he was when he showed up in Gotham. Gossip Girl, seasons 1 to 6, not mine, not going to talk about them. House, full collection right here. All the different ones with the cool color schemes. We got House with Hugh Laurie. Hugh Laurie? Am I right in saying that? Yep, Hugh Laurie. Great show. If you love crass humor and you like medical dramas, great show, and the spin he puts on it. When he started getting on the drugs and stuff, I wasn't really, it was a bit weird when he was being aggressive, but the show was really good nonetheless. Check it out if you ever get a chance. Next up, another one I'm really proud of. You know, the Distorted Theorists had to come from somewhere. The Big Bang Theory, all the seasons, start to finish, along with the new seasons of Young Sheldon. Right there. So if anyone was skeptical and you enjoyed Big Bang Theory and you want to know if, like, should you watch Young Sheldon, I'm letting you know right now, the show was awesome. I thoroughly enjoy it. I love it. And me and the wife watch it together, and it does tie right along. It actually makes you feel like you are watching a younger version of Sheldon, which they captured it really well. And for those who don't know, the mother of Sheldon in this one is actually the daughter of his mother from Big Bang Theory. So they actually look very similar, and that's really cool. I want to take a second to talk about 2 shows that hold dear and true to my heart. No pun intended. True Calling, seasons 1 and 2. Don't know if you've ever seen it. True Calling. It is about a lady who works in a morgue, and when dead bodies come into the morgue, some of them look at her and say, help me. And then her day resets from in the morning. And she got to figure out how they died, why they died, and maybe saved their life or what have you. Sounds unorthodox, but I'm telling you now, it's a really good show. I told my wife about it, that I loved it one time, and she ended up finding 2 seasons online, so God bless her heart. But here's another one, and this one is actually really cool. If no one has ever heard of this or seen it, please check it out if you had the time. It's called Switched at Birth. Unfortunately, I only have 1 season. I think there's about 4 seasons out of it. It's called Switched at Birth. It is about 2 girls who were switched at birth, but one ended up getting meningitis and is now deaf. But they find out that each other were switched at birth now that they're in their teen years in school. And there's actually a lot of sign language in it, which is really cool. It gives you a really good perspective of what goes on in the life of someone who is deaf and how they communicate and how they adjust to the world and stuff like that. And there's actually, if I'm not mistaken, the first time ever in history, there's one full episode, I think it's in season 2 or 3, that one whole episode is all sign language. There is no talking whatsoever in the episode, and I think that's pretty cool. And I'm telling you right now, it's actually a good show as well. It's like another teen drama kind of show. Then, got to show these for the artwork. Some of my favorite. American Horror Story. Got to have that. Some hits, some misses. As anyone who watched these know, there is different seasons, are all different characters, but they're acted by the same actors and actresses in a lot of cases. But great show. Some are hits, some are misses, like I said, but just the acting, man, and the way they portrayed herself, so good. The Batman, I got another season upstairs. There's actually 4 of these, the OG animated series. I got season, what is these? Volume 3 and Volume 4. I think Volume 1 or 2 is upstairs, but I can't get the other one. I haven't been able to find it without paying $100. So if anyone knows how to hook a boy up, let me know. Last but not least, let's move on to the last, what's behind us, the last DVD collection. Let's bring the house down. Here we go. Boom. I'm going to start over here. First we have Heroes and Heroes Reborn. Great show based on what humans would, how humans would be if they had comic book powers, basically. First couple seasons really good when they had Silas or Sylar. Don't quote me. It's been a while since I watched it. Then after he kind of passed and was no longer the villain, it got a bit whatever, but that's okay. Breaking Bad, great show for anyone who's watched it. Bryan Cranston does an amazing performance, love it. It reminds me of, well, Ozark reminds me of that. I really wish they would cross over Ozark with Breaking Bad, but I don't think it will ever happen. Next, over here, starting here and going all the way this way, we have every season of CSI, the Vegas version. I love Vegas. And I love CSI. Me and the wife have watched them through. Hate when all the bad stuff happens, when people die. And y'all know who I'm talking about if you ever watch it. I'm not going to spoil it here. But I just recently got my hands on something I didn't even know existed, which is called the CSI, the finale. So when the last season, the final season ends, I thought that was it. But there's actually an hour and a half like movie that clues up everyone else's storyline. So definitely peep that. From my childhood, Fox, Saturdays, Sundays, Fridays, you know how it is. Third Rock from the Sun. What a great, it still holds up. John Lithgow is an amazing, amazing actor. So funny. You got to watch it to understand the show. I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless because the humor in it is just so off the cuff that there's no show out like it anymore. Next we got, let's check out some 2.5 Men. When Charlie Sheen was, I guess, in his prime, and then, of course, they switched over to Ashton Kutcher. Whatever. But great show as well. It's a bit older now, but it's still pretty fun. And Charlie Sheen, man, he was in his prime in the comedy days then. Then we got stuff like this, True Blood. And this was actually my idea to buy. The wife went along with it. Check out those, a bit of True Blood. Suki. Really good show. Really gruesome, semi-pornographic for those who are into that sort of thing. But yeah. And last but not least, save the best for last, guys. My favorite show of all time. I know some people's going to be like, really? That's your favorite show? I'm telling you now, if you haven't watched it, check it out if you like the superhero stuff. And that is Tom Welling playing Superman in a very long stretch called Smallville. And I'm telling you now, guys, mine and my wife's relationship was built on Smallville because I had watched seasons 1 to 4, 1 to 5, something like that. And I absolutely loved it. And I said to her when we started dating, I was like, why don't we watch Smallville? And she said, what's it about? And I told her, and she was like, okay. And I started again from season 1 so I could catch up to where I hadn't seen, and she was with me. And she fell in love with it too. It's a great show. Thomas Welling is amazing. He actually shows up in the crossover Crisis on Infinite Earths, which just took place, I guess, a couple seasons ago in the Arrowverse. So cool to see him reprise his role. But that's it, guys. When you see us filming right over there, and this is in the background, now you know what's behind us. I'm a huge collector of everything I love. Peter got his own collection. I don't even know if we're ever going to see that. If he wants to, he'll show you. But here it is in all the glory, guys. And I'll let you in on one little secret before I let you go. This ain't all of it. But this is all I'm going to show you for now because that's what's behind us in the back room. But I got probably half of this sitting directly behind the camera right over there. I could show you more, and if you guys want to see it, hit the comments below. Let me know what you like about these videos, what you dislike. But there we have it. That's the whole collection, guys. If you get a second, like and subscribe to the video. Subscribe to the channel, sorry. We love your support. We're trying to make the channel grow so we can bring more content to you guys, just like this, to do with movies, games, anything fun related. We're here for it. I'm the real Jussie of the Distorted Theorists. Thanks for joining me on episode 4 of What's Behind Us. And like we always say around here, guys, keep it real.